Kingston, obviously the story of this week has been around the Johnson & Johnson COVID-19 vaccine. The EMA have come out and said that the benefits still outweigh the risks. What's your view on all of this? There's been a lot of worry for people. They are confused, I think, now about vaccines.
Yeah, good morning, Ciara. I mean, the news is good from the EMA, and I think it was what we expected. There were only 8 cases of, I mean, I'm not trivializing it, but it is relatively small amongst 7 million recipients in the US of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. So, you know, the benefit still very much is in favour of using this vaccine. So, you know, because it can be stored at 4 degrees, a single dose vaccine has significant advantages. So it should be an important part of the vaccine programme here in Ireland.
Okay. Yeah, the single dose, the easy storage, it sounded like it was the silver bullet of vaccines, and yet this kind of cloud hanging over it now. You refer to the fact that it's a 1 in a million chance. 1 in a million used to be touted as kind of, that will never happen. Oh, what's the chances of that? It's 1 in a million. But yet the 1 in a million chance has now, I suppose, put some kind of a cloud over Johnson & Johnson, and indeed a similar one over AstraZeneca. Tony Blair has said today that the global rollout of vaccinations, that I suppose that there is a risk of these very good vaccines being discredited, and it is a problem, and the global rollout of vaccines is being undermined here. Do you agree with him?
I mean, there is a certain element of truth in that. I mean, these side effects related to clotting are probably real in that they are associated with the vaccine, and as a consequence, the EMA has put a warning message on the label. That's the vaccine patient information leaflet, saying that this is a possible rare side effect. So they haven't ruled out the association between the vaccine and this rather rare side effect. So that does always, when you have to put a warning on a product information leaflet, it is pointing out to the recipients that this is a possibility, even how remote it is. Of course, any news around side effects is always going to be not what we want to hear around vaccines. But I think people have to remember that no medicine, whether it be a vaccine or a regular medicine to treat some disease, is without some side effects. And, it's all about benefit versus risk.
Yeah.
So, you have to weigh up the risks for a person getting COVID-19 and the consequences of hospitalization and death if they're older or of underlying medical conditions. So that's the benefit risk analysis that each individual has to do when they decide whether to get the vaccine or not.
You think, Kingston, one of the restrictions on AstraZeneca is that it'll only be given to the over-60s. If NIAC are consistent, you would imagine the Johnson & Johnson vaccine will get something similar. There is a potential, of course, that they will lower the age for both. Do you think we've gotten it right with the over-60s? My humble opinion would be that we could lower that age.
I think we emphatically have got it wrong. I think that vaccine has now been shoehorned into one population. It's a very bad press for vaccination in general, and it's not helped by comments saying that the over-60s are going to go to the back of the queue if they refuse to take that vaccine. I mean, we've always had a policy in Ireland of non-mandatory vaccination, non-coercion, and this is really not what we should be hearing from our senior politicians on this. I think that the numbers of cases of the clotting issue with the AstraZeneca vaccine is higher than the Johnson & Johnson, so the NIAC may take a different view on the Johnson & Johnson vaccine compared with the AstraZeneca vaccine. I doubt that they're going to change their mind. Maybe they will on the over-60s. But for me, if I was making decisions on this, I'd be giving the most effective vaccines to the most vulnerable.